Hey, there we go. Hey, I'm Troy Peterson, Mr. Bluegill from The Reel Shot, and where'd he go? Welcome to another reel report, and today we're actually doing something I've been trying to do for quite a few weeks here, and that's get out perch fishing. We've got a beautiful Monday day, or Monday morning, blue skies, a little bit of an offshore wind here, a west wind, so it allows us to sit and fish the west shore and not get bounced around and catch some perch. And what I'm going to do today is just show you some tips and tricks and little things that I do when I'm out here perch fishing, things to look for. We'll show you some side imaging, some graphing on what to look for when you're looking for some transitions, and then we'll stop and catch some fish here. So probably about a 7.5, 8-incher. We're kind of hungry today, so we're going to keep a few of these and fry some up later for supper. So stick with us, and we'll show you what we're doing here. All right, now when we're looking for perch, we're looking for transitions in bottom, whether it be from sand to gravel or mud to gravel, and you know, the side imaging really shows that. Here on our 2D sonar, you can't really see that we're you know, in a different type of bottom, but when you look over here on the side imaging, you can actually stop and see the difference between, okay, here we've got, you know, just a normal bottom, and then as we come up to a harder bottom, you see that the echoes or, you know, the whiteness in the screen shows that we're going to a transition or to a harder bottom. And what's neat about this is we can mark right on the edge of where it starts, put a waypoint there, and we'll put a waypoint on the other side as well. Now we can go right back to our GPS screen here and see our 2 waypoints that we put in, which is going to be right on that transition. Now if we look at the map, you know, using the Lake Master chip, you can actually see we're pretty darn close to where the transition lines are going up to that 12-foot hump. So what I'll do here is we'll anchor up on this edge and drop some baits down and see if we can't catch some of these perch. Now the setup I have on my dead stick rods is actually a pretty simple rig. I've got 4-pound test coming off my reel, going to a barrel swivel, but just above my barrel swivel I have one of our bullet weights, just our tungsten bullet weights. On the heavier days, I've been using a 1/4 ounce. On a day like today, I've been using about 1/8 of an ounce. And then below our swivel, we've got our bait. Now I've got about a 10-inch lead, and then that's been pretty critical. I find if you go a little bit longer than that, what happens is the bouncing gets the bait tangled up above the barrel swivel, and you just end up with a mess. Now the baits that I've been using, I've been trying all kinds of different things, and I've been using just a plain number 8 single hook with a piece of tube, just a crappie tube in the green color. But what I've been doing is taking a bunch of the tassels off, leaving just 1 or 2, and then hanging a piece of crawler below that, and that seems to be working the best for me. Now I've been trying all kinds of different jigs, ice fishing jigs, and it really just comes down to what's working best that day. But as you can see, not a real hard rig to tie up, and it's great for using while you're dead sticking. And we're setting these rods up for a dead stick with these sinkers about 10 inches away, and having something that's nice and heavy like these tungsten weights. What you can do is drop your line down to the bottom, and you know, I've been trying to fish about a foot, 1.5 feet just off the bottom. So drop your line all the way down. Once it hits, you'll feel it, or you'll see that there's slack, and then I reel up until I find my sinker and put my rod tip right down on the bottom, or right on top of the water, and then lift it up and find a nice flat spot on the boat to rest the rod on, and that's given me, you know, just about the perfect height to fish at. Actually been finding that when I drop this one down and actually let the weight lay on the bottom, it kind of almost acts like a little windy rig. This slip sinker is kind of going through and pulling it right off the bottom, and it seems like those have been, that way's been picking up some of the bigger fish today. Whew. Hey, boy, I tell you what, if they would have all been this size today, that would have been a perfect day. But yeah, that is a nice one. I'd say that's probably about 9.5 inch or so, almost close to 10 inches, but just a relaxing day on the water. You don't get too many of these days on Winnebago where it stays calm enough like this to go out and do the perch fishing. So you gotta take advantage of it as best you can, or as most you can. But well, I don't know, I think we probably kept about 15 fish or so today. A lot of small fish, they'll set, 7.5 inches. And you know, it all depends. Some days you get a lot of the 9. We've had some days where we've caught some 11, 12 inchers. And a few walleyes mixed in, but today just wasn't that day. You know, I hope you guys learned a few things as far as what I do. I'm not saying that's the only way to go and catch these perch. I know there's a lot of old timers out there that's got a lot of good secrets, and I'm always learning every time I talk to somebody too. But good place to get started. Fish the transitions. You know, as we get closer to fall too, this fish will actually start moving up shallower onto the rocks, and you just got to chase them all the way up until you know, first ice. They'll just keep moving shallower and shallower. But right now, you know, hot dog days of summer, these fish will stay around probably that 9 to 15 feet depending on the day, and you know, every once in a while they may go up on some of the shallower rocks as well. But the walleye fishing's good out here yet. Over the weekend with some clients, caught a bunch of walleyes out in the mud. We had a good south wind. Caught some fish up off of garlic. The garlic reefs have been really, really good. Not only perch fishing, but walleye fishing as well. But you know, lots of great fishing out here left on Winnebago. Feels like it's early June, not middle to late July. So get out here, take advantage of it. Stop in at the store. We'll show you, exactly what we're doing, how we're catching them. We got a great little selection of live bait as well. So I'm Troy Peterson, Mr. Bluegill from The Reel Shot with another reel report. And tight lines to everybody, and we'll catch you guys on the water.